Sophie Dossie.
Hi, I'm Maeve Riley.
Hi, I'm Brooke Butler. Hi, I'm City Morgan.
Hi, I'm Simone Harrison, and we're seeing if all girls think the same.
I get jealous of my boyfriend's girl best friends.
I went to disagree almost immediately because when you're the girlfriend, you become the girl best friend. I don't think they have any place having girl best friends, and if they do, they shouldn't be that close.
I personally think it's fine to have a girl best friend. I mean, I have guy best friends, I mean, like Jake Clark and stuff, and he's like my forever best friend. So I feel like it really depends on the situation, because also there could be a situation where there's girl best friend, but they're not really the actual girl best friend. They actually want to date your boyfriend. So it's how the guy handles it, I think.
I think there's two different kinds of girl best friends. I know in my relationship, I want my boyfriend to have girl best friends because I know I have a lot of guy best friends and I don't want to make him feel uncomfortable. But I think just having opposite gender friends are so important. But if they're respectful, I don't have an issue with it. But if they kind of start crossing the line, I think that's a conversation.
Very rarely have I ever just like seen my boyfriend with his girl best friend and thought to myself like, oh my gosh, like right off the bat, I'm just jealous. She just needs to give me a reason to be suspicious.
I'm the only person who went to the agree line. I'm not really a jealous person. I actually tend to trust people a little too easily. I think it's really difficult to maintain 100% platonic relationships between men and women. If I was dating a guy and he had a girl best friend that he was hanging out with alone, he spends more time with her than with me, I just think that's a little dodgy.
I feel like I have to fit the beauty standard.
I will start. I feel like everyone has their different perspective of beauty standard. Obviously, there's things I want to make sure I keep myself healthy, and that's why I go to the gym and stuff. Because I see people on Instagram look a certain way, I'm not gonna change myself or do other things to look like them, because I feel like every person is beautiful in their own ways and every person is their own beauty standard.
I feel like naturally we as human beings don't necessarily seek to adhere to a beauty standard, but more oftentimes than not, I feel like I have to at least try and fit some sort of mold. It's happened more probably over the past 4 or 5 years where I'll be somewhere and I'll see people get treated differently because they look a certain way and in a positive way. And then I'm always trying to be the best version of myself, always trying to be kind to people. And no matter what I do, I'll still get treated differently because I don't look like someone else. That messes with you a little bit. And it's heartbreaking too, because people have so much to offer beyond their looks.
I was starting to work in social media because I'm a musician. It's part of the job now is marketing yourself online. So social media became super important to me. And then I dealt with a horrendous eating disorder for years and literally was super anorexic. And it was horrible for my mental health. It's kind of true that there's this massive pressure to look like Instagram models who genuinely don't even look like they do online.
I think there's a beauty in uniqueness. But I guess it took me a while to get to a point where I'm just completely happy with myself. And you know what? If someone doesn't think I'm attractive or think I'm pretty, I don't care because I think I am.
So I definitely hesitated to go to disagree because there have been times where I felt pressured to fit the beauty standard. But then it got me to thinking what actually is the beauty standard, because it's not a definitive thing. It's something that's ever changing. I think really just focusing on being confident with your own body and just working with what you got and what you were born with is the best way to fit the beauty standard, because that's all you can do. And I have a chronic illness and I've gotten lots of surgeries for that. So I have lots of surgical scars and I had to learn to love them. And so I'm a big advocate for body positivity online.
Saying I love you 6 months or less into the relationship is too soon. That was fast.
I totally think it's circumstantial. It depends on the person you're with, the pace at which the relationship moves. I feel like I've been in scenarios where I know that I love a person and that I care for a person, and I think being in love is a little different.
The reason why I'm a little bit in the middle of neutral and disagree is, once in a while, some people move slower than others, whether if maybe they're still healing from a past relationship. So that's kind of why I'm in the middle.
I don't think there should be a time on, oh, this is too soon, or that's too late, or feelings develop faster in certain relationships than other. I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing. Every relationship has its own timestamp, and I think putting a timestamp on it just creates pressure. So that's, for me, the worst thing you could do.
Saying I love you, like if you love somebody and you feel like you guys are on the same page, like it's cheesy, but like life's short. Like if you love someone, tell them. And if they don't say it back, like awkward, you get rejected. But like
I'm not gonna be like, dang, I really have strong feelings for them. We've only been going out for 3 months. I gotta sit here for 3 more because I can't tell them until 6 or they're gonna run away. If I said I love you to my 15-year-old boyfriend after 2 weeks, like maybe I really thought it was love at the time, right? And then you look back at it now and you're like, girl, that's not what that was.
I love you means something different for every single person you say it to. It means something different when you say it to your family. It means something different when you say it to your friends. It means something different when you say it to your boyfriend. And it means something different when you say it to someone you're in love with.
Facetuning photos is a form of catfishing.
It depends. Hear me out. When it gets to the point that you're changing your features and you look like a different person, that's for sure catfishing.
I just say, like, be yourself. And if you don't like a photo or you don't like an angle, don't fix your body to make it look better at that angle of the photo. Just don't post it and post another photo that you feel more confident in. I don't even own the Facetune app, so I don't know how it works, but if I did, that's what I would tell myself.
Like if you want to fix, like, say a blemish on your face,
Right.
I don't think that's catfishing.
I have like so many friends that do Facetune like heavily, and I'm like, girl, like love you, you're beautiful, but you don't look like that. And I used to Facetune when I was like 15, and now I get to look back at distorted, weird looking pictures because I don't know what I was seeing, but I wasn't making myself look human. Like we're gonna look back at all of these pictures that like aren't us. I want like genuine memories from my pictures.
I feel like my perspective on it was like a little more black and white, and maybe I misinterpreted the question a little bit. Guys, I am a master at Facetune. If you need me to remove an entire brick wall or something, you give me a call, I can make it happen. The reason I feel like it's not catfishing is because it's so obvious when somebody has done it. You have a straight line and all of a sudden it's like this, and you're like, how did that happen? It hurts my heart that people feel like they need to do it. Zooming in, I swear on my life, you're about to expose so many people in your own head.
All right, you and your partner can go through each other's phones.
Oh my God, drastic turn of events, and now that I'm thinking about it, sorry. Why I'm straddling the line now between neutral and agree is because I feel like if someone genuinely does give you a good reason to worry, and they're being suspicious and they're hiding things and they're not looking to be open and communicative, sometimes you've got to know. More oftentimes than not, if they're like absolutely not, then they're probably up to some scandalous stuff.
I would let my boyfriend use my phone and I wouldn't think twice about it. It's my private thing, like that's your private device, and like I trust you, but if I have reason not to, then like, is it cool? Like I'd ask them.
All right, hear me out. I saw a quote one time and it was, some couples know each other's passwords because they trust each other, and other couples don't know each other's passwords for the same reason, right? So like, are they locking each other out because they have secrets, or you're just so solid that they can have their own password because I know they're not hiding anything? So I think it's very neutral. I don't think I have any business on anyone else's phone. If I wanted to know something, I'd ask them and hope they told me the truth.
You should be allowed to go through each other's phone whenever you guys want. I was never the type of person to care about going through someone's phone. I just feel like if I would have actually gone through his phone, I would have found out so many things so much sooner. There was a reason why he would constantly change his password. And
Me and my boyfriend have Face ID in each other's phone. We know our passwords to everything. I've had two very different kinds of relationships. Before, it was very closed off, and I felt like I didn't really know what was happening when I wasn't around. When I decided one day to go through the phone, that was probably the worst day of my life back then. If I felt secure, I would have no reason to, and that's where I kind of am now. I have no reason to go through my boyfriend's phone, but in the past, in my other relationship, I didn't feel secure. So if he wasn't telling me the truth, I had to find it out myself. You're scared to go through the person's phone because you're gonna get confirmation of what your gut feeling says. That's kind of your answer there.
The guy has to love the girl more for the relationship to work.
No. Because I kind of do. I've always been the girl to like give men the benefit of the doubt, Honestly, I don't even know how to explain this one. I think it must be something in biology because in so many situations that I've been in, maybe it's just like me and maybe this is circumstantial, but I feel like every time that I've been headstrong and really liked a guy and he hasn't been sure, it always kind of like falls flat on its face and like just doesn't really go well for me. And I don't know, maybe that's a me thing, but that's kind of why I'm closer to agree because that's just been in my experience.
I feel like girls show their love and over love. I don't know if that's like every single person, so I'll kind of just talk for myself. I over love really quickly. And when I love someone, like I give everything to them. And if the guy isn't showing me the same love back, it's depressing. It's like I'm getting let down and stuff. So I don't think the guy has to love you necessarily more, just equally. If you guys love each other equally, it'll be great. I think that's why I'm kind of at agree. It has to be at least equal love, if not more. And I feel like love keeps developing over time.
Yes, the best kinds of relationships work when the guy loves the girl more, but conversely, I feel like the top tier relationships are the ones where the guy feels that way and the girl feels like she loves the guy more, and they're constantly putting in that effort because they have such strong feelings for each other. So I think it's like a double-sided thing. I lean more towards agree, but I also think that there is just that equalizer that comes in where, you know, it's about both of you putting above and beyond into each other, and that's the best.
So sweet. So
I don't know if I can say this word on your channel. Okay, in terms of biology, like the sperm chases the egg. Like men are biologically like they're programmed to like love the chase. And so I think that it also is kind of like, okay, like the man wants to chase and they want to chase and they want to have what they can't attain. And so I think that's why a lot of the time when relationships work out, it's when the girl's kind of unsure at first because the guy can't have her. And then once he's like, I want it.
Yeah.
And she's like, maybe. And then he's like, I can get it.
I actually fully agree with that. Whenever I've gone on a date with a guy or dated someone, they've liked me first, and I've been like, like,
I feel like that's
You know.
very much your personality, though.
yeah.
The best kind of relationship is when you guys are obsessed with each other, because that's your entire world is that person. If the girl's obsessed with the guy usually like leaves, in my opinion. Or the girl will leave because she's not getting enough attention.
So I think like you said, guys like the chase, right? So if they are more into it in the beginning than the girl, I think that that's gonna push the relationship forward. But that's not what the question said. The question said, for the relationship to work, the guy has to love the girl more. I feel like if you're banking on the fact that the guy has to love the girl more, then maybe you're just interested in the wrong guys. Because I think a relationship should be equal and it will work.
I feel like equals.
Equality, self-love, body positivity.
Love equally.
Love who you are.
Feminism.
Slay.
Self-worth.
Okay, that's it.
Cool.
Yeah!